Alright, what is up YouTube? HPJ here. And this is it. This is the last Harpie deck profile for the year of 2024. And it's been a very difficult one, I have to honestly say. Um for many of reasons why I've said in other videos that with the lack of Harpie support, it's very difficult to produce something playable, or at least something I can 100% say I would suggest this to other people to play because of how strenuous things have gotten with Harpie over the last couple of years. Especially when we only get like maybe one or two one-offs. And you would think, considering earlier in the year when we got the TCG exclusive, we'd be running the TCG exclusive, and it was not working out. So it took me a while to get something together. I was telling a lot of people that I was trying to get things situated, but yeah, it's a lot. It is definitely a lot. So I am just gonna give you guys whatever I can put together, and hopefully maybe in 2025 we can have something a little more solid. If not, it is what it is situation, and I just have to build of what I built. So, alright, with that in tow, let's go ahead, you guys. Let's go through this deck, shall we? So, starting off with my monster lineup, I'm running something a little more contrary. I'm going to be running 3 copies of Harpie Lady, the vanilla. Then I'm going to be running 3 copies of Harpie Perfumer, 3 copies of Harpie Channeler. From there, I'm running 2 copies of Harpie's Pet Dragon, Fearsome Fire. Then I'm running 2 Harpie Oracle, 1 Harpist, 1 Sisters, and 3 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. So that's it for the monster. For the spell, 3 Hysteric Sign, 3 Ego, 1 Hunting Ground, 1 Feather Rest, 1 Duster, and 2 Alluring Mirrors. There's no Alluring Mirror Split. There's 2 Ring Requital, and there's 2 Unexpected Die. Alright. That's it for spells. And then for the traps, Unexpected Turn here. Alright, 3 copies of Harpie's Feather Storm, with 2 copies of Hysteric Party, and then 1 copy of Harpie Lady Elegance. Alright, and then from there, I'm running 3 copies of Infinity Impermanence. And that rounds out my traps. And then for my extra, I'm running 2 Cyber / Harpie, 1 Harpie's Pet Phantasmal, 1 Chidori, 1 Ice Beast, 1 Phantom Dracosac, 1 Divine Arsenal, 1 Conductor, 1 Great Fly, 1 Winnie, 1 Firjeet, 1 IP, 1 SP, 1 IP, 1 Nightmare Unicorn, and 1 Access Code Talker. So this is not my normally ran build, not gonna lie. And with a lot of the different things that I run with the deck itself, it's so many different setups and stuff that it's very hard to choose one and then ultimately execute that one for a period of time, which I've learned the hard way. And at a point in time, this is part of the reason why it took so long to get a Harpie deck together, because there are a lot of things that you have to worry about. We're in a game where if your deck is not majority of the hand traps that you can either afford or circulate, your deck kind of unfortunately is in the casual tier, which is fine by me. Then the other issue is consistency, which is an issue, and especially with Harpie, because the consistency thing has always been a major flaw for our art type. The other has always been, looking for different, cards to circulate around for the combos and setups that you would like to have. when it comes to playing the different things that you would like. So, with that in tow, while she's only here for right now, Vanilla Harpie Lady basically is here for the unexpected die. So that way you can bring a Harpie Lady already onto the field and then have the other cards' abilities accessible from the turn go. It always feels like a -2 in the deck because you have to run the vanilla, then you have to run the unexpected, then you have to hope you draw the unexpected, but you don't draw the um, the vanilla. And this is why a lot of times most people do run for Harpie Lady 1 because she tends to be the more easier out of the three to run. And the most common Harpie Ladies are ran are Harpie Lady, Harpie Lady 1, Cyber Harpie Lady. And in most of my builds, I normally either go for the straight vanilla or I go for the straight Harpie Lady 1. I've tried to do maybe the 2 vanilla, the 1 Harpie Lady 1, but it does not feel comfortable for me because if I want the full set, I want the full set so I can take advantage of whatever cards I can. I was trying to run Summon Storm in the deck to also be a way to advance out of things, but even then that had a lot of problems, and as you can see, I even had to cut down on stuff because the Luring Mirror split would be in the deck, but as you can tell, I was having issues with that as well. So I had to cut corners, to cut cards, to put things in, to basically try to keep the combo to where I can have a lot of things on the field, but with no negations outside of Featherstorm and um, Ash Blossom in hand. There really isn't much that I can say unless I just sit there on the Babuska and then try to stall out. But even then, you can't stall out too much on Babuska because why? Most people are running Link monsters. Most decks are social summoning from the hand with ease. I don't own Milcharmies and stuff like that, so that also caters into it. Wow, because I wish Maxi was available for the TCG, but that's unfortunately not going to happen. So you have to play with whatever advances can fit and how your playstyle of the deck can benefit from those things that you don't have in one format, but the others do in theirs. So from there, we have the 2 play starters. We have Harpie Channeler, and Harpie Perfumer. Perfumer on her normal special can add a solo chat that will specifically list Harpie Lady Sisters in its text from your deck to your hand. While Harpie Channeler discards a Harpie card from your hand to then special summon a Harpie monster from your deck. Well, yes, both are definitely your go-tos for when you want to execute your combo plays and start off your combo plays. There really isn't no negative for them except for they're both hard once per turns. And Perfumer unfortunately has the niche that if you wanted additional card, you already had to have a level 5 or higher Harpie monster in play in order to survive the additional benefits from her search on her normal special. It can be worked, but it does take a lot more presence because remember, we have to have those Harpies already on the board. So Harpie Channeler and Harpie, Harpie Channeler with a dragon, Harpie's Pet Phantasmal, or Allegheny gets or Harpie Lady Sisters. They already have to be present. You see where a lot of these things come into fruition because we need that added bonus of a monster to already be on the field. So it does stimulate things, but at least you can at least get one search off and then still try to build up your plays from there. Alright, from there, I'm going to move on into the 2 ofs, which are basically Harpie's current extenders of Harpie Oracle and Harpie's Pet Dragon Fearsome Fire. Now, both of these need a Harpie that's already on the field of a required level. Harpie's Pet Fearsome Fire says that it needs a level 6 or lower, while Harpie Oracle needs a level 5 or higher. Now, in conjunction, this is why I did the Unexpected Die build, because you can at least Unexpected Die and put a Harpie Lady already on field. Then Dragon can be dropped from hand on the special, and if you need to, you can then drop the Oracle. That's at least 3 bodies already in the field, so you can exceed, link, and not have any issues there. I do have to honestly say, well, I love both, and both have been great additions. like I said for years, we do need some more cards to relevate the issues. I'm only running 2 because I don't think 3 are necessarily needed. And I do want to correct myself on one thing. Harpie's Pet Dragon, Fearsome Fire, can be special summoned while you control a level 6 or lower wind monster. This is why it's actually really good in other wind decks, because you can synchro into Cyber Slash, and then benefit from those monsters being on the field. So it is definitely some pluses, but it's also some issues of things that work on later. And then hopefully, when we do get new Harpie support in TCG and OCG, that's when we'll benefit from it. Because right now, most Harpie players are focusing on Rush Duel and how well Rush Duel is doing. Hell, even Duel Links, where Harpies have some decent amount of support there. Excuse me, there. Alright, moving from that, going into the one ofs are the one Harpie Harpist and the one Harpie Lady Sisters. Yes, I am running the one brick, but that's simply because most of my combo pieces need that additional level 5 or higher Harpie, and she is most likely the one that is burned to the field. Otherwise, I would just X her out and then just play a whole bunch of rank 4, rank 7 engine. But because we need the additional extender, this is where, or the additional body, this is unfortunately where Sisters comes into play. While Harpies is just an easy target to discard off of Harpie's Pet Dragon. Fearsome Fire Blast's effect for when it's sent from the field to the grave, you send the Winged Beast to the graveyard. And Harpist is definitely the biggest target because she can get your Perfumer, your Channeler, Oracle, and stuff like that to your hand. But not to where you need multiples of them. If I was running multiples, it definitely would benefit for when Harpie's Feather Rest comes into factor. My only hand trap in the deck that isn't actually a trap card is Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, who basically is here to shut down the searches, the special summons from the deck, and sending cards from the deck to the grave. Alright, moving from there, we now go on into my spells. The triple Hysteric Sign, the triple Elegant Egoist, which I always feel is a staple for Harpie. While Elegant Egotist's effect is not once per turn, as long as you have a Harpie on the field, you can summon more to the field, or your Harpie Lady Sisters. Hysteric Sign, which allows you to add Elegant Egotist from your deck or graveyard to your hand. But has the ability to, when it's sent from hand or field to the grave, to add 3 cards with Harpie in their name to your hand, but differ from each other. While both effects cannot be activated during the turn, the benefits to it is that the long game. You can pop this with your Channeler, with your Conductor, or you can send cards like itself from the hand for Hysteric Party, or you can pop it on the play of Harpie's Hunting Ground being on the field, and then having your search on the end phase. That way you can replenish your hand with new pieces, or even so, just get to your Feather Storm as fast as you can. So that's it for them. Then we have the one of Harpie cards. Hunting Ground for the spell and trap removal. Duster for the spell and trap removal. Feather Rest for the recovery to get back your Harpie cards from the graveyard back into the deck and draw. The thing is, you'll have to have a level 5 or higher Harpie to draw 2 instead of 1. You're restricted to wind once you've activated this card. But while it does seem to be more of a hindrance, you still at least have some decent wind monsters to play with, or it's just a way to set up for things for the later game. Now, in addition to that, in its recovery, I am running the Wing Requital and the Unexpected Die. Unexpected Die, like I said, with Harpie Lady, is just to bring her onto the field to at least have the Harpie in presence. Ring Requital is here. If you control Winged Beast whose original name, or at least 2 Winged Beasts whose original names are different from each other, you pay 600 life points to draw 2 cards. It's basically it's a Winged Beast Pot of Avarice. And it's still a decent enough card, but it's one of those things where I'm like, is it really worth learning in the deck if I have to still mitigate pieces that I need for defense to run this card in it? I fluctuate. I was even going to run Summon Storm as another option too, just to have some more cards and utility as well. Because Summon Storm is a really good card for Harpie. While it is a pay 800 life points to get additional summon, it's still really beneficial for you as you're able to bring more bodies to the board. So that's just some food for thought there. Moving on into the traps. Acting as effect veiler from your hand or being a stun factor is of course Infinity Impermanence. A definite benefit to the deck, as well as being able to stun everything in the same column as this card that you're negating. So it's a really good offensive play, and really good on your first turn if you're not going first. Now, in addition to those, Harpie's Featherstorm, still one of the best support cards for Winged Beast, as seen with Fluanderies. Harpie's Featherstorm is definitely the Harpie card, and it's definitely a real loved and hated situation. I guess I'll talk about that in its own video, but Harpie's Featherstorm definitely does kick in the negate of things when needed. It's the one card you search for when you're searching with Hysteric Sign. You just don't have ways to really retrieve it, unfortunately, and that's kind of where, the lacking of support, where the new support would definitely be beneficial for. From there, the last two Harpie cards are Hysteric Party and Harpie Lady Elegance, which I feel like Elegance can just be a throwaway. If you want to put something else in here, you're more than welcome to. But I normally just have it here as fodder for Channeler, something to pop with Hunting Ground, or something to search with Alluring Mirror Split. Like I said, it's up to you if you want to run it. And then the two Hysteric Party, while it is very slow because it is a trap card, Hysteric Party is definitely here just to help swarm the field with your Harpie ladies and be able to do more pushes and more plays with the massive board that you can get off of it. Alright, from there, going into the extra beneficial note is Cyber Slash, because she is your major Harpie lady to such something from the extra deck. She bounces cards that target and just the whole removal factor, but no negation. Harpie's Pet Phantasmal Dragon, here to protect your Harpies from being selected for battle or by card effect, can attack your opponent directly and can be an end off if anything. Lightning Chidori for its removal, Zero Fine for her negation and freeze, and then becoming a big body. Draco Sack for the tokens, which you can use to link climb. Zeus to just pop on top of any of your Exceed monsters and be a good way of removal, or just another big body. Harpie Conductor, while she plays the role for a good defense, a good offense is a great defense, protecting your Harpie cards, and in combination with Harpie's Pet Phantasmal Dragon, really does work out for it. I put in the Great Fly just to have another buff and to just be another win target under Feather Rest, as well as Winnie, who can steal Droll and Lockbirds from the graveyard, and you can link with them. I did keep in Brigitte, the Burden Blossom. I know she's very much well due off her time, but just the link climb and going into things is why I still keep Brigitte around. It's just that be careful when you play Brigitte, because if you're playing Featherstorm, that can be a problem. And since we don't have cards like Samorg anymore, we really do have to benefit from, other things that, you can be capable of using. Alright, from there we have, of course, the setup stun with, we have IP Masker, SP Little Knight. You guys know how she works. We have IP Masquerena, who helps you go into things on your opponent's turn. Nightmare Unicorn, who's also making this appearance to help bounce things around. And we have Access Code Talker as your board finisher. So, that is pretty much it for this Harpie deck profile and the last one of the year. While yes, it was very difficult to put together, and of course, as many of you know, I had a lot of other factors that weighed in. I hope you guys at least enjoy this video and a good sound off to 2024. It's not my strongest send off, I will admit that, but I don't mind it being my last of the year. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of 2024. Do enjoy everything else if need be. You guys are amazing. You guys are awesome. I do appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel as it helps out tremendously. Hit the notification bells to be informed of when I upload more content to the channel. Socials are in the description box below, and previous playlists and stuff are available as well. So with that said, thanks everyone for watching. HPJ signing out. Take care.